What is up, everybody? It's me, Colton Merrifield, back with another video, and I'm excited to make this one. This is going to be called the top 5 most inspiring flippers or inspirational flippers, and I wanted to make this because I just thought of it, and my last 2 videos have been banging, absolutely going off, so I'm kind of motivated to make more, you know, just to keep the streak rolling if I can. I'm gonna have a hugely busy week though with school, so I don't know how long I can keep this up for. But yeah, the way I'm making this list isn't just like purely skill level or anything. It's kind of just like who had the most impact on a group of people, or who kind of had the most challenges getting to the top and struggles and kept persevering, stuff like that. Any of those could be included. Skills definitely still included, so that kind of ties into the number 5th place actually, which is Alden Spencer. He has been consistently good for a very long time, and I remember it was kind of like him versus Colby a little bit. Not even, honestly. I remember when he did like his first quad back, he was hanging out with Colby, and Colby was way ahead of him, I think, but Alden just kept grinding and eventually caught up to Colby, and then there's a big Colby versus Alden argument. Obviously, Alden ended up passing him. Colby went a different route, but that was a really good competition, and he kind of essentially went from the bottom, just like an athlete, like a football kid, came up really fast with flips and became one of the best super quick. Also, a lot of his regular posts just touch a lot of different people. Everyone seems to love them. He's a big inspiration, so definitely he deserves a spot. Coming in at number 4, we got Lucas White. Now, Lucas White is on this list because he had to go through a lot with flipping. He's always been one of the better people. He has a ton of power, but he never actually had a lot of NDB power without tower. He would jump off like a 20-foot skyscraper roof, do tricks right off of it. He got really good from that, but NTB, I remember 2018 Great Lakes, standing trip back was like the hardest thing ever for him, but he was still one of the best because of everything else. So he kind of ended off being pretty bad, pretty decent at NTB compared to the rest of his stuff. He had to go to like boot camp or whatever, like summer, I don't know, he went to like a nature camp basically and was sent away from his home randomly because he got in trouble. He was gone for like a year or something like that. He came back so much bigger and stronger. Obviously, he's been through a lot. If he had to just imagine sleeping in your bed and just getting taken somewhere because you don't even know really why, is just random. Well, I think he said he knew why, but I don't know. So the way he was able to work out, get buff, come back better than before after like a year or maybe even more, that's just really inspirational, and congrats to Lucas for doing that. He's still kind of like going in and out of those schools, I think, but hopefully he'll be back soon. Coming in at number 3 on the list, we have Tanner Robart. Now, Tanner's kind of like Alden with the skill level. Tanner just progressed really fast and kind of came out of nowhere basically. At GT Games 2019, he was just the weird kid with 2 earrings in his ear and nobody liked him, but now he's the 3rd best flipper in the world, so that's pretty crazy in terms of G-Tramp at least. But he just posted so much since it was about July 2020, around the time of Devin's meetup when he got his account banned for motorcycle actions. I don't want to talk about that, but that time I kind of like first talked to him and met him, and then after that we hung out a lot more, and he's just posted so many different times and stayed so consistent, and he just immediately climbed up hella high into the ranks, so that's why he deserves a spot for sure. Coming in at number 2, we have Cam Shorey. Now, Cam Shorey has been through a lot of difficulties. He's always been kind of up there as one of the better people consistently, but he was always really doubted because he was always one of the better people, but he was never, well, he actually was the best at one point. He was number 1, the best G-Tramper in the world, I think, when he did quad back to stomach. A lot of times he lacked power, like physical power. He's actually gaining that back right now and doing some really powerful combos because he's been working out. He was very skinny and just lacked that natural power that a lot of the better flippers had, and he just couldn't keep up. He's so well rounded and everything, but his body was holding him back. He had a lot to deal with, especially with injuries. He tore his meniscus and ACL, I think, just tore a lot of stuff. Broke his arm at Great Lakes meetup. I listened to it snap and it was very loud, and just like a lot of bad things have happened to him, but no matter what, he always keeps training and getting better every single day, just grinding for hours. He does ground, tramp, everything, very well rounded, and he just never gives up, so that's why he's number 2. For now, number 1, the most inspirational flipper of all time in my eyes would have to be Matt Gia. Matt Gia was kind of always the fat kid that wasn't very good at tramp. I remember he'd DM me a lot. I remember him on Instagram asking me if he should buy an Nikon and stuff like that, and he was just kind of looking up to me a little bit, I think. I'm not too sure, but he would always DM me, and I kind of was a lot more popular than him. No one really knew him. Eventually he started kind of hanging out with Cam. He was really bad, and he just started to get super good actually, and really good at tech. He just kept grinding. He used to be a little bit embarrassing to watch, and then he became one of the better people. So that was just really inspirational for me to watch personally. He also went through a lot. One of my favorite posts from him is when he came back, he broke both of his ankles on a mess up clip on the tramp. During that time, his mother also passed away, so he like dedicated a post to his mom and stuff on his comeback post from his broken ankles. So he's dealing with both those things at the same time and came back even better. So that was just probably the most inspiring post I've ever watched. Also, he was really good at making content in the community. He inspired a ton of people just for not just his tricks, his videos too. They're very dramatic, either dramatic or steezy. He'd make very high dramatic edits for those big tricks he did. A lot of people didn't use the effects he used, and his editing tactics were original and different from everyone else. That was really enjoyable to watch from like a content creator standpoint, and I think that's why Matt J is number one. Him and Cam are pretty close. Honestly, you could tie both of them if you wanted to, but I just decided to put Matt at number one for this one. And I think that's it for the video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this is a decent video, and comment below if you like it or not. My comment section has been enabled, so I really want you guys to use it a little more. Thank you for watching. I love you guys. Peace out.